All right, Saturday, around the grounds, live with Billy and Glenn, talking the facts, the figures, and the feelings around the grounds on the beaches today. Stay tuned. Good afternoon, Glenn.
Good afternoon, Billy. It's the Australia Day long weekend this weekend in real estate. So let's start. How did having a long weekend, Friday was the public holiday and Saturday, Sunday, how did it affect numbers, Billy? What did you find out there today?
17 residential open homes. The busiest of the lot was 21 Hill Street, an entry-level house in Warriewood. 13 groups. That's busy.
Yeah, I think so. Now that's fully advertised now on realestate.com. Look, it hovered around 5 to 6 buyers for most of our properties. I don't think we had anything where no one turned up.
Yep.
I did notice, look, there were a few agencies that were closed. You know, one thing about if you close the agency or you don't do the open, you're guaranteed of no one coming.
Yes.
So that's what you guarantee. You open up. I've got an open tomorrow, actually, a little 15-minute one. The Crescent, we're trying to knock that one over. So just making sure there's no one out there other than the offers we've got, and they'll be open tomorrow. So yeah, look, good across the long weekend. Lisa was commenting that it was probably busier than what we would expect yesterday.
Yeah, I think a lot of people would have been down the beach yesterday and then back on track for property searching today. The people that were coming through, mostly that I was talking to, had finance pre-approved, were making offers on properties, had already been to 3 or 4 other inspections. So these are pretty qualified buyers.
Yeah, well, you know, I can remember I went out and I looked at the car and I ended up buying it. It was could have been Easter Sunday. It was pouring with rain, and this dealership was open. And the guy said to me, "I knew you were going to buy a car." And I said, "How'd you know?" And he said, "Well, no one's out today and it's pouring in the rain. You know, you're not coming out here to kick the tires." And that's a little bit like today. Everyone that came, was pretty serious in you know, buying properties today. So, you know, quality over quantity, I think, today.
Yeah, well said. Listings for the week?
Yeah, what was our favourite? What did we like? We see all our new listings as the team. It's about a team of 10 of us hop in a black van and off we go and look at the new properties, and then we promote them straight to our social media, buy before the market knows about it. What did we see?
I'll tell you mine. Stefan brought an amazing 2-bedroom apartment on in St. Ives. And what blew me away was 15 minutes out of DY, what you get value for money wise. We were comparing a very similar apartment. If it had been DY or Warriewood Meriton, we're probably talking to $250,000 price difference for the exact same floor plan. Yeah,
well, look, a similar unit just traded in Meriton for 1.4.
Yeah,
and that was 600,000. So really, really good buying in St. Ives. I think that one will tick over 900.
Yep.
And you'd be hard pressed to find in Meriton DY. Hard pressed to find something around 1.1. And out at Warriewood, I think it's Ocean Vale. Out at Warriewood, you'd be hard pressed to find something. Yeah, 1.1 again.
Yeah.
And very similar, you know, big living areas, huge master bedroom, and then all the facilities you get with the Meriton development: pool, spa, sauna, gym, beautiful landscape grounds.
Yeah, secure parking. I mean, it was great. Really, really good to see.
And, you know, walk into the town centre, level walk, street shopping. I think it's, I can't remember the major shopping centre there. If you're watching, let us know. I think it could be St. Ives Chase or something along those lines. So ticked all the boxes.
Yeah, so that was probably one of my favourites. Other than that, we've got a couple of new properties coming on, actually. Lisa's had a really good week. listing. So stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of new stock hitting the market over the next 14 days.
Yeah, well, in general, however, there wasn't a lot of stock hit the market. This time last week, we're at 46 properties and in DY, and we're at 46 properties in DY again. We often use DY as like the canary in the mine shaft because of the volume of property that comes on in DY.
Yep.
DY comprises of about 9,500 private residencies. So to only have 45 on the market, it's pretty low numbers.
Yes.
That number I've seen as high as about 130. So units, houses and townhouses. So 45, 46 properties on the market, still really, really low.
Yep.
Generally, that early summer selling in the new year, most properties are on for this weekend, if not next weekend. And I think it's going to be low stock right throughout the year. Maybe some investors will hold on, hoping for some rate improvements at the end of the year.
Yeah.
With rates coming down. So, you know, I think it'll be tight. I think prices will hold firm.
And median days on market for DY is 19 at the moment, and that takes into consideration absolutely everything. So there are properties that are supposed to be on the market for 3 to 4 weeks run as an auction campaign. They're not looking necessarily to sell prior. So that's a pretty quick turnaround. Anything that's coming on is generally selling within 3 weeks, and a lot of pre-market, sort of off-market activity as well.
Yeah, well, you know, it'll be interesting to see just, I think early Feb will be the first of the auctions, and just see what those clearance rates are. Damien Cooley, Sydney Morning Herald, both wrote articles. Once we get over 75% clearance rates for consecutive weeks in Sydney, say a month or two, over 75, well, that indicates boom conditions. So it'll be interesting to see when all our auctions get up and running, just what that clearance rates are. Last year, they hovered around 57%. However, we still saw medium house prices across Sydney rise to 1.6 million.
Yep. And that's a great segue into favourite sales of the week.
Oh, what's our favourite? Well, my favourite, I think I'll blow Billy's trumpet. Billy put together a sale in Lagoon Street, Narrabeen. Tell the viewers that sale, Billy.
Yeah, good result. Launched out to realestate.com, located a really good buyer. And I have to say, what sealed the deal with this one was actually having expertise and helping hand of good solicitors, good brokers working in the background on site. So this was an exchange that actually got put together today. Yes, we still had solicitors working with us on a Saturday, public holiday, you know, included yesterday. So I have to say, a thank you to Bryn and the team at Beaches Conveyancing.
So that went unconditional. That
was under contract today, but the big thing here is having someone on your team that's going to be able to sort of just get everything locked in whilst everything's in one place. What we sometimes find is that the longer you leave the property sitting on the market unexchanged, you know, there's you know, loose ends that have not been tied.
We spoke about this, I think, last year. Like in this low stock environment, there's a lot of buyers will want to buy the same property. You know, people are saying, well, if I'm going to buy something, I want to make sure it ticks 9 out of the 10 boxes, and they just happen to be everyone else's 9 out of 10 boxes. So you need someone that can act quickly and act after hours in your legal team, in your broking team. If you don't have that, even if your offer is marginally better than the other person's, the owner still may go with the person that can act quickly. The bird in the hand's worth two in the bush. So, you know, really look at who you're using. Often solicitors or conveyancers that do act as a team. and are readily available with their mobile phone number, could get you the property.
I genuinely think that was the case for this particular purchase, and really good result for the vendor. So that was a good result to have locked in. I think Stevan put a deal together, entry-level property on Fisher Road.
Fisher Road,
this week.
Yeah, really nice, sunny, north-facing properties. I think that was one of our favourites for the week a few weeks ago. Great entry-level property around the mid-sevens in DY. Still good buying in DY if you go on the western side of Pittwater Road, which means instead of being 400 metres to the beach, or 800 metres to the beach. Great buy, that one. But getting back to having people in your team, make sure they're available after hours, or you could miss out.
Any community announcements, Glenn?
Well, we'll get to that in a minute. Rentals this week, Billy.
Yes.
I heard Little Bird said that not only were you putting snails together, but you were helping out the rental team. Billy, he started off his real estate career at Novak. He actually ran a portfolio when Cleo was away on maternity leave at the ripe old age of about 19.
Yeah.
So, hugely experienced, 300 managements. He did have a few assistants helping him, but he was the man to go to. Cleo on call 24/7 as well. But rentals, you were back.
I was back. Yeah, it was back on the saddle. It was a good day to be showing property for rent. Busy open homes. I had 5 groups at a 2-bedroom apartment and 9 groups at a top half duplex in Warriewood.
Wow. And what are these rental prices, Billy?
Well, the one in Narrabeen was $870 a week for a big 2-bedroom, nice and close to the beach. Pittwater Road location, and then Warriewood was $900 a week. Lovely house with a upstairs and a downstairs, tenant with a bit of a garden at the back. What I found was a lot of people are still struggling finding a rental, locating one, and there's still a bit of confusion about processes, how to get the right place locked in once you find where you want to be. I think the best way to navigate around that is speak with the tenant, speak with the showing agent at the open home, and really try and just pick their brain about how you can best get your application in. I had a lady even send me a follow-up text. I told her at the open home, we'll absolutely do the follow-up when we get back to the office, but she'd beat me to it. And before I got back in the office, she'd sent me a text. That's really nice to have that, mobile number and text message to go back to as soon as you can. So, busy.
I think, if you find yourself looking for a new rental, or you're a first time looking for a rental, have everything you need ready to go, load up and send through to the agent. And as we always say, for some reason, your ledger, if you're an existing tenant doesn't read perfect, then bring that up, boast about the objection, we say in real estate. Bring up that objection and say, hey, this is what happened. I was in between jobs and I had an agreement to pay what I could, and then you can see I'm totally caught up. We'll try to get something for you. For property providers or investors out there, some great rents to be had. And if we're on the cusp of rates changes and tax cuts coming in for a lot of people, it could be a great time to be a property provider.
Well said, Glenn. Well wrapped up. We've even got one of the viewers here saying you've got a great tan.
Me?
Yes.
I'm always a little bit red, but yeah. Who said that? Probably Michael Sillage. Michael Sillage, possibly one of the greatest Novak employees ever. Put together a lot of deals. Ears must be burning, because we're just talking about some of the great deals he put together and sadly missed. I hope you're enjoying the Australian Open. Must catch up soon.
I think that's pretty much the show today.
Community announcements
and barbecue bits. what are people talking around the campfire tonight? Well, tax cuts is one of them. We'll bring that to you in another segment. There's more information to be had there. Anything else?
Well, I really think people, whenever I meet up with people, and obviously Australia Day yesterday down the beach, caught up with a few people. I think it's always what's the market going to do.
Yeah.
What's 24 going to do in real estate market? Is what I own going to go up?
Yeah.
Is it going to be more expensive for me to buy? Is it going to be a good time for me to sell? All indications seem, with low stock levels, that the market is still going up.
Yeah, that was our prediction, I think 2 weeks ago now. Realestate.com economists were saying between 3 and 5%. We were saying a little bit more. DY units 2023 finished at 11.2% capital growth.
Wow, okay.
So yeah, I think we're in for a similar, run this year. Low stock levels. I think it will be fuel on the fire for interest rates when they start to stabilize and potentially come back down. They're talking June, July at the moment, the big four banks. So it's always good to be talking with a broker, talking through your options. I've got a lot of clients at the moment talking with a broker just on the basis of potentially refinancing, saving money there, getting pre-approvals reassessed if you haven't done that already for the new year and you would like to purchase a property. Just a good time to get a general catch-up, a rental assessment, a price assessment. Reach out, we'd love to help.
Definitely. All right, and Billy, how did you spend yesterday? What was yesterday
I
like?
spent it down the beach with a Mexican beer and a lime in hand.
On Australia Day.
Similar to these flip-flops behind me.
Okay.
Enjoying the Aussie spirit.
So Billy was down at Shelley Beach. I was down at North Coca-Cola. Quite an affair than what it was a few years ago, but slowly the area is opening up to Australia Day and the thoughts of it again. I do hope that there's a compromise on the horizon so everyone can enjoy it. When I was your age, Billy, we didn't actually celebrate it on the day. I think it was the last Monday of January formed a long weekend.
Yep. And
that was pretty good. We used to go to the Manly Surf Carnival on the Saturday. I wasn't in real estate then. And Monday, it was a massive big surf carnival at Freshwater Beach, followed by some delightfully frosty beers at the old Harbour Hilton. Wow. And it was very old. And that was a great way to spend a long weekend. We would look forward to that sort of sequence of Saturday activity, Sunday resting and training, and then Monday competing, and Monday night. Well, yeah, let's not talk about it.
But as for this weekend, we've got the hottest 100 Hot FM playlist running at the moment.
That's correct.
I think there's a few parties.
Is that tomorrow?
No, it's today.
Today?
Yeah, it started at 12 or 1 o'clock, I think.
So what's your tip to win Triple J's hottest 100 songs?
I don't know. I think you've just got to be a part of the festivities and enjoy it for what it is. But yeah, whatever you're up to this weekend, have a
still double the merits.
I think so. Be safe as always. Anyway, yeah, just watch yourself. Roads are busy.
Put the mobile phone in the glove box. That's probably the greatest tip.
Have a good weekend.
Cheers.
See you guys.